Are fat quarters like hidden treasures in your stash? Well, we have a treat for you. Keep watching. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Café, and do we have a treat for you? We have a brand new fat quarter book. Each quilt is made with 12 individual fat quarters, and you're going to love the way these quilts look. Now on the inside, we want to encourage you to be sure to read the general instructions. You know, that's the meat and potatoes of the book. It's going to tell you all those little secrets that you need so you have all the right ingredients for making your quilts. And then you get to turn to the inside and see all the treats we have in the form of quilts. So let's get started. This one is called Baby Oh Baby, and we've had so many requests for baby quilts. So we made one a little bit smaller so that you could make these great big blocks with great contrast, and you've done it all out of 12 fat quarters. So let's put that one up on the table and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Now, all the way through the book, we're going to give you tips and tricks on how to cut your diagrams, your fabrics. And so we have all of these diagrams that are shown very carefully on how you're going to be cutting your fat quarters. So you want to get high contrast here in the middle, and then you're going to use your various fat quarters on the borders, and this gives you a great scrappy look. Now, if every one of the quilts are divided out very carefully, it tells you how many fat quarters you need for each position. And in this case, we're going to be using our lights, our mediums, and our darks. And that will give you the contrast that you need. We also have in our book these wonderful little color swatches on the side. So that gives you an idea of what we've used to do our patterns with. If you are using things from your stash, you want to be sure that you pick out fat quarters that measure 18 by 21. And if you want to know more about the diagrams and how to cut your fabric, be sure to subscribe and ring that little bell, because we'll be doing a tutorial in just a couple of days to share more information about making these great quilts. So the kit on this one is called Birthday Brights. It's Baby Oh Baby is the name of the pattern from the book Fat Quarter Quilt Treats. And we have an alternative pattern, which is the Fat Quarter 4 patch. Now the next one that we have coming up is Fiesta. Now Fiesta is one done with bright, colorful fabrics that just kind of make you want to get up and dance. In fact, this one's called Chicken Dance. So we thought that was cute. Now don't be startled about this, because as usual, we try to use strip piecing anytime we can. And we've done this whole section with strip piecing. So let's put this one up on the table and we'll look at these fat quarters. Now this particular one is a lot of fun. We start off with the focus fabric is this cute little chicken fabric, and it has these fun little flowers. It's just bright, and I'm sure these chickens are doing a happy dance for sure. And as you look over on the quilt, you can see how we have our lights and we have our mediums and our darks. So it just makes that great scrappy look that's a lot of fun to make. And this particular block, let me show you how it's made, because we actually do the strip piecing here. This is the strip piecing, and then that is the long strips. We cut it into smaller pieces, then it's sewn to the side of this to create a block. And you'll see that done over and over again throughout your quilt. So here's you another block, and it's just, and we've got it all stepped out so that your fabrics will go in the correct direction as well. So this one is called Chicken Dance. It's 8023036. The pattern is called Fiesta, and it's from the book Fat Quarter Quilt Treats. The alternate pattern is the Fat Quarter Strip. That will come free whenever you purchase the kit. This one is called Opulence, and I love this one. It's very, very, very pretty. And it's a super simple, easy quilt pattern to put together. But we have in the center here, we have a more of a focus fabric. So we're going to show you a little bit more about that. It's kind of an under the sea type fabric that we have here. And each one of the blocks is framed with a strip of contrast. So let's put that one up here on the table. So just like in our 3-yard quilts where we use the focused and the light and the dark, we normally through each one of our patterns, we're going to show you a light, medium, and dark for most of the patterns. But in this particular case, we kind of reverted back to our focus, medium, and dark. And the reason we did that is because we want a focus print here. So this is like an undersea or underwater print, and we wanted to focus on that. So that's why we have used the focus, the medium, and the dark. So when you look at the board with the fabrics on it, you can see these are our focus. We've got little fish, and we've got the undersea vegetation that's going to be in the focus. Then we have picked out mediums and darks, which will be going around that the blocks and over on the borders. And this kit is Glass Bottom Boat 8023037. The pattern is called Opulence. It's from the book Quarter Quilt Treats, but we have an alternate pattern for you, and that is the Patch Happy. Now the next one that we have coming up is Parisian, and I like this one very much. And again, we've gotten that contrast with your lights and your mediums and your dark or your focus print. So let's put that one up on the table. This particular one, we've really gone bold and bright, and this would be a great way if you're using your stash to pick out some florals or things that you've like, and as long as they have some kind of a sense of coordination, you're going to have so much fun putting this one together and seeing all of these colors popping. And we've chosen to use more of the solid type or blender type fat quarters for your background as well as your sashing. Now this one has a little bit more cutting in it, and you do have half square triangles that will end up making this particular block. But believe you me, it is going to be worth every stitch that you take. And again, if you like to watch tutorials, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, because we're going to have a tutorial here coming up real shortly. Now these are our light, our medium, and our dark fabrics, and we did pick out the darker prints so that they would really contrast with our mediums and our light. And as you can see, a lot of these will also be in this section too. So this one is Fantastic Florals 8023038. It's Parisian. It's the Quarter Quilt Treats book, and the alternate pattern is Patch Happy. But do remember that if you buy 3 of these bundles, you'll be able to get the book free and skip those alternative patterns. Now this one's called Prismatic, and I had a lot of fun putting this one together. And each one of the blocks is made with a little bit more contrast here so that you can see the center section of the block. And it's a fun block. I'll block it out for you. So let's put that one up on the table. And with this particular one, I also chose to go with batiks. And batiks are always fun when it comes to making a fat quarter quilt. So let's block this out. We do a lot of strip piecing in this one as well. And even though it's a fat quarter, doesn't mean we're not going to strip piece as well. So we do long strips of these colors. We cut them into the units. And then here's the same unit turned around. So that's the beginning of your block. And then we're going to do more strip piecing. And that strip piecing is going to look like this, and like this. We're going to put strips here, and then we're going to cut our unit and put it on the side. So you end up with this great block like so. Isn't that fun? All right, let's look at the fabric on this one. And here is that gorgeous fabric. So as I said, we've picked out our light, our medium, and our dark fat quarters. And this one is called Batik Jewels 8023039. Prismatic is the name of the pattern. It's from the book Quilt Treats, and you can either buy 3 kits and get a book free, or if you'd like the alternative pattern, it's the Fat Quarter 4-patch. This one is called Rhapsody. Rhapsody is for, this is a great one if you need a quilt in a hurry. So we didn't do quite as much cutting, so you'll save some time there, but then it comes together and it is just so much fun. I saw this fabric and I fell in love with it, and I think this was the first one that I designed for this book because I liked the fabric so much. I just wanted to show it all off. It's just gorgeous. So you have these big blocks, and whenever you're doing your cutting for this particular one, let me show you the diagram on it because it is super, super simple. Every one of your cutting diagrams will be spelled out in with a pattern, and this one you're just going to cut 4 different blocks. And you see the grayed out area? This is another thing that we've added to our book, and that grayed out area is actually going to be fabric that you discard. So as I said earlier, if you're using an 18 by 21, we will try to give you just enough so you can get it all squared up, and we'll always have just a little bit left over on the edge. Okay, so this is the board with all of the beautiful fabrics. Let's put this over here, and this is your lights, and as you can see, we've used a light one here, but we've alternated these with lights as well. So we've mixed our lights, mediums, and darks so you get a nice display of all the different colors. We have also included in our book the enlargements. So each one of the quilts is going to be designed and written for 3 sizes. You're going to have your lap quilt or your baby quilt, and then you're going to have a twin and a king queen. Now this one is called Boho Escape. It's the Rhapsody pattern. It's the Fat Quarter Quilt Treat books, and the alternate pattern is the Patch Happy. Now last but not least is this great little shine. I love, love, love making stars, and this one is just so nice the way it turns out. So we've put this together into a star, a scrappy star at that. So let's put it up on the table and let's look at these gorgeous fabrics. So, you know, it's a little cold here right now, but we know spring is coming, and I think this would be the cutest little lap quilt, or it would also make a great wall hanging just to bring a little sunshine into your home. So with this one, we have our lights, we have our mediums and our darks, and you can see how we've taken and done the center section. Let's do a little blocking on this too, because we are going to be making units that look like this. So we're going to start right here in the middle, and you can see how we create this, and then we're going to make this unit, which will be sewn onto the side. Same unit is going to be sewn onto the side right here. Whoops, let me scooch it up a little bit. So there's your other side. So this side and this side are identical, just turn. And there's your star. I really like the way this one turned out. So we have our light, medium, and dark spring colors. And this particular one is called Bumblebee Bouquet 8023041. The pattern is Shine. It's from the book Fat Quarter Quilt Treats. And the alternate pattern is Fat Quarter Strip. So the book is available now from fabriccafe.com. We would love to know which one of the patterns that you like best. Just write it in the comments. And remember, you can get the book free if you buy 3 kits. You can take the book instead of the individual patterns. So it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Thanks so much for watching.